what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah.
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
A very happy Friday to you, and welcome to your show. Still, as far as we know, the only live show in Saskatoon from 4 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday on YouTube as well. Still the only show that we know of that makes up categories and says we're number one in them. Like today, we're the number one show on YouTube that has a couple dying plants in the background. We're number one. Don't worry, they're going to get some water. We're talking about getting a grow light in here or something to bring them back to life. Some are thriving, some not so much, but we will get them because we got a lot of green thumbs on the team here. My name is Gary. I am your busty host, and we also have the greatest cam in the history of cams. That cam being the Maggie Cam. There she is. She's tuckered, man. She was doing a lot of playing earlier today. The Maggie Cam for our fantastic pals over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. I was in there today and was talking with our good friend Rochelle, her and Mike, along with their lovely puppy Leroy. They run the place, and they are so damn kind and amazing. And I actually got, get this, a free bag of food today. We hit our, I think it's every 10 you get a free bag. So we had a free bag food day. And Rochelle and I celebrated. Leroy was there, as he always is, and we were celebrating as well. And she actually said, oh, I didn't even hear Leroy bark at you. I was like, well, yeah, that's because I'm sort of his father-in-law, because Maggie and him are dating. So he knew right away. And he cuddled right up to me. But the point being, the greatest pet store on not just planet Earth, but in the entire universe. As well, you go after hours, you'll see Kirsten, Shar, or Chris. They will also give you that incredible service you've come to know and love from our good pals over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, as Maggie slowly drifts off to puppy dreamland, probably thinking about her boyfriend Leroy. They missed each other. I told Leroy I'd say hi on his behalf to Maggie, and she was very happy to hear it. I love the Maggie Cam. Ooh, that was a new one. What was that? I like this. We got LB on the ones and twos today, co-host of The Viewing Room. New episode every Tuesday. He likes to use these new fun and fancy little swipes and the such. We actually had Dragon going on yesterday a little bit. He doesn't quite have the chops like you, but he was doing a couple nice little sweeps and dissolves. It was pretty cool. As our production value continues to rise here at the Dufferin Avenue Media Network. By the way, One Bad Pot, new show every Friday. Today is Friday. You got a new show there, hopefully. Network Ryan is in Calgary with Uncle Brando right now. They're doing the western portion of the Magic the Gathering world tour. It's very exciting. So I'm not sure when exactly everything's going to drop because he's doing a million things, but be on the lookout for that. As well, after the show today, I believe we will be officially dropping a brand new show, which we're very excited about. Right now, though, we had a random guy stop by and check in. It's not a random guy. It's one of my favorite people in the world. And we had a nice little visit with him, and we're going to play that for you now. Go ahead, LB. Everybody knows this guy. His name is Ugly Kid Joel. Welcome to the Friday edition of your show. We're doing a mannequin challenge. I hate those things, man.
I don't know. That's just where I'm at this point of the week.
That's what happens on Fridays. If you go out and about in any way, music-wise, in the city, you're going to see this guy. We were just talking before we got on the air here. You said a great line. I don't know when or how it happened, but I feel like I know everybody here now.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, people want some Ugly Kid Joel.
I was out at a show last week, and I go to a lot of shows just on my own because I like to leave whenever I feel like leaving and not have to tell anybody I'm leaving.
And a lot of those bands are on Hometown Rock Monday to Friday, 8 p.m.
Yes.
Check it out.
Yes, we got some great stuff coming up next week while I'm on holidays, too, because I planned ahead.
You're so good at that. I love that about you.
I was at Checkout Queens and
yes.
Fawns and Greenwing. Greenwing was kicking off their Canada-wide tour.
Woo!
And I was like, wow, why do I know so many people here?
What is happening?
I expected to be all alone and ended up just chatting with people the whole time, so it was a good time.
You've made so many friends on this quest to bring local music alive again. And we have a small little portion out here with the 3 Hall Public House. Again, tonight, unplugged open mic, 6 to 9 p.m. And then lit cigarettes hitting the stage on Saturday.
Oh,
we
be
had
careful
our
with
buddy,
those. They might start a fire.
Absolutely. We had Ryland and Rebecca in. Our buddy Ryland from Pistol Whips and from
Yes.
Okatura.
Yeah.
Love that dude.
Uh-huh.
And they're hitting the stage. It's a new little band they got formed up. So it's going to be a wild weekend at 3 Hall Public House. What else do we got going on?
I'm disappointed I missed when Velvet Threads did 3 Hall. I was
yeah.
busy that night. That would have been a good time.
So cool. Just the names coming through, right? I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah,
What else we got going on?
Coming up, we have, very excited, November 23rd. We're looking ahead to next week because that's just where my brain is right now.
Well, you did, like you said, you planned ahead.
I was
so
just planning all of this.
done a lot.
The Brothers G hitting up
your
the
boys.
Coors Event Center.
Hafford!
From Hafford, Saskatchewan.
Hell yeah, dude.
It is Americana Night Volume 2. And a fun fact about the Brothers G, they might have slipped out of it, but they were recently top 40 in
Come
Canada.
on.
Top 40 music right
Charting.
there from Hafford, Saskatchewan.
Good for them. And if you want to look at just a great example of how to hustle and how to just keep grinding, those guys, man,
Yeah.
they're doing it.
They're farming constantly. Like, they've got full-time jobs running their farms, and here they are putting on shows, recording music, like just killing it. So shout out to them.
Love that.
What else is going on? Oh, our buddies, speaking of the Great Fuss.
Yeah, Pete.
Pete from the Great Fuss. They are opening up for a show on November 30th. This is going to be like the show that you want to check out because it's Sedeza, Great Saskatoon group, the Great Fuss, and then they are both opening for Chesterfield, who is doing an album release party.
Here we go.
Fun fact, they just dropped their album today. I'm blanking on the name. It's something with space and raccoons.
Come on.
Yeah. So
Space Raccoon. I hope it's just Space Raccoon.
it's not just space raccoons.
Should be.
But I had a chance to chat with the guys from Chesterfield recently. First time I've ever had them on. I've been trying to do this for ages.
Yeah.
Whitney and Sully and I met up with their drummer outside of the Capitol after doing a burger challenge at the Capitol.
Nice.
That was like 6 months ago.
I remember the videos. Those, yeah, man. You put them to shame, hey?
And so we've been trying to get them on ever since. They kept saying, hey, we've got some stuff in the works. Let's wait until we got new music. And so we finally got some new music and a new album. Very exciting to finally get them on.
Man, see, this is what I'm talking about when I say local. These conversations don't happen enough, dude. And I love that there's a guy on the front lines like you. I know I say this all the time, but it's really becoming more noticeable for a guy like me who has these, like, literally a different band every week from Saskatoon coming through here and getting to know those guys. And then I drop your name, like, oh yeah, we love Joel. Like, everyone is just so connected because of you. And that makes me very, very, very happy.
Just impressed I haven't pissed anybody off yet, or they haven't told me that I've pissed them off yet.
You might have, you just don't know about it.
I do like to drink at these shows, so
Yes.
you never know.
Hey, Drunk Ugly Kid Joel's one of my favorite versions.
He's
of
a pretty
Ugly Kid
happy
Joel.
guy usually.
The happiest guy. You know, I always say once the paper bag comes off, the party goes on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it goes next level. I had my good friend Uncle Grandma in here yesterday. We did another episode of Uncle Grandma's Story Time.
Oh,
And
is this a man or a woman?
this is a man.
Okay, Uncle Grandma.
His name is Graham.
Oh,
And we did a whole episode on how he got the name Uncle Graham.
oh, like
it's pretty
Graham the
funny.
drummer, Graham?
Yeah, Graham Pickman. Yeah, that's my
okay,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, he's the star and host of Uncle Grandma's Storytime.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to do a couple quick episodes last night, and we went for about 3.5 hours. He had a buddy in who basically, like, the first 3 episodes of this new show has been him telling these stories from the road and talking about these people. And the idea is to talk about these people in the stories, then have them come in and comment on the stories. And yesterday was sort of the first time when everything connected. And I just sat back, and these two dudes, man, they told stories, and like the stories you want to hear. You know what I mean? Like the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
And they dropped a bunch of names, and now all those guys are going to hear that their names got dropped. So then they're going to be coming in next, and it's got this organic growth. And now there's basically, Grandma said to me after yesterday, we now have reached from the East Coast to the West Coast, like from Victoria all the way over to like PEI. Like, and we've talked about all the bands that like created the scenes in these spots, and then all the way down south to like Nashville. He's got this like
Very cool.
huge group of incredible musicians, and they're all coming through his show.
This is
so
like the musical ice bucket challenge. You do it, and then you tag
that's it.
somebody, and like you're
Exact-
next.
That's exactly what it is. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because this is another way for us to help promote local music, because a lot of the people in these stories are either from here, or they had members of their bands that are from this area, or they toured with bands from here. So when that all comes together, we get these stories, then all of a sudden we'll have a band coming through, open up for a really big band that would be sponsored by like all the local stations, and we can get those guys in here. We can get like these big names in here, and I'm telling you this because you can be in here too, and we can get these names flowing through for you if they're not already going through from the radio.
I like being here.
It's our happy place.
I thought of something
I like it.
while you were talking.
The light bulb was going on.
Because
That means you didn't listen to anything else I said, which is
heard
fine. It's
some
okay.
of the stuff.
Hey,
I also got
dude.
distracted by him putting up
Yeah,
wiring.
LB is currently fixing our Zoom situation.
The ADHD is raging today.
I've been waiting holding up stupid tape. I don't know why I use so much tape.
To be fair, he did warn us. There's going to be some cursing from the corner.
I'm doing my best to listen. Sometimes my brain's just like, no, that's not happening today.
Now, don't forget your idea. What was your
Oh,
idea?
yes. How excited were you about Jelly Roll getting announced?
Dude,
I thought of you when we announced it.
you know, it's at the point now where I think people understand he transcends. He's not a rock and
permeated
roll.
every genre.
That's him, man.
Permeated? I think that's the
Yeah.
right, yeah.
I'll allow it.
He is, I'm really excited for this show.
He's huge,
His
man.
music
My
is,
mom loves him.
oh yeah. His music's great. He's just such this personality.
His
Like I don't know
story,
if
yeah.
I don't really go and like turn his music on personally, but it's kind of like I went to Garth Brooks. I don't care for Garth Brooks' music really,
But
he's a
experience, man.
performer and it's an
Yeah.
experience, and
Yeah.
like I'm excited for this.
Yeah, and my good buddy Jamie, we've had him on the show here before. Hello to Jamie. He's like, I'm going to go
Jamie.
Jelly Roll. I want to get you a ticket. And I was like, well, man, dude, like, I don't know if I'll be able to do it because it's March, right? Like, it's a long ways
You'd
away.
have to leave the house.
But that was the other thing. And I told him if I ever do that, it's for very few people, and he would be one of them.
Yeah.
And so he's my dude. So he only ended up getting one ticket, but I told him, you know, if everything comes together, I might just go there with him and take it all in.
Put on a trench coat and be two guys, one coat.
I just sneak in.
I wonder what happens if you Google two guys, one coat.
Don't Google that, like Network Ryan always says. Never a good idea.
A couple other fun things coming up.
Yes.
The Radiant, I know and love, and Michaela Cuts My Hair, coincidentally.
You guys are bros now.
Yeah, I was over there
love
for a fondue night recently.
Come on.
I love cheese.
It's a cheese.
and I love chocolate.
Okay.
And they did both.
You answered all my questions. So it can be both.
I was like 20 pounds heavier the next day, and my tongue was really burnt because the chocolate was really good, and I wouldn't let it cool down. And like I remember waking up the next morning, I hadn't had that much to drink, and I'm like, why is my tongue hurt? Like, what is? Oh yeah,
Burnt the hell out of it.
just constantly forgot that this chocolate is scalding hot. Anyways, the Radiant, November 29th. They've got kind of like a little exclusive show at like a car shop
I
kind
love
of thing.
that stuff, yeah.
Small thing going on.
Kind of like a Studio 102 type of deal.
a little bit, yeah.
I guess it'd be a smaller crowd and all that. but-
I don't know what the numbers are, but there are tickets on sale. If you go to their social media, you can grab some tickets there. It's going to be a really cool, intimate event, and they've got a new song for sure, maybe some more new music. So excited about that. And then double whammy, November 29th. Have you ever listened to a song and you didn't know what you're going into, and you hear it for the first time, and you're immediately like, yes, this is it.
Yep.
Regardless of genre, you hear something and you're like, I love this. This is amazing.
Yeah, it catches you.
High Wind out of Moose Jaw has a new song coming out on the 29th. They haven't put anything out for, I think it's been like a year since I chatted with these guys.
And the band's called High Wind.
High Wind
Okay.
out of Moose Jaw. And they sent me the song they're releasing on the 29th. And I've listened to it maybe a dozen times now. And every time I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
I like this.
And it's like, I love music. And I've listened to a lot of incredible music. But it's a rare occasion that I'm like, this is like, if they were like AC/DC, you know, like this would be a number one song, but it's because they're not known enough. They're from Moose Jaw. They don't have the right connections, that this song that should be a number one song across North America might not ever get there.
Dude, just to be clear, you just compared them to the likes of AC/DC?
This is a quality song.
I just want to make sure, because now you got everyone peaked.
It's really good. And I went around the office playing it for, I was like, hey, listen to this new song. And I didn't tell them who it was. And they're like, I'm assuming people are thinking, oh, wow, this must be like a major international act or something. And they're like, who is this? I'm like, it's a group out of Moose Jaw.
Come
wow.
on.
Like,
You know, if there was ever a song to get into that daily rotation, I feel like we found one.
oh, we might just be adding that in.
Hell yeah.
We've got 3 local bands in rotation right
Makes
now.
me so
I guess
happy.
5.
Yes.
One Bad Son.
Yeah.
More. 6.
21st, by the way, hey?
7 local bands, because we're gonna count the Northern Pikes. We're gonna count Wide Mouth Mason. We've got, of course, the Brothers G, the Radiant, and Green Wing are all right in rotation, and then I said One Bad Son.
Yep.
The Rolling
one.
Stone cover. Why am I? Sheepdogs. There you go. 7 Saskatoon
Rolling
bands.
Stone
They're,
cover.
you know, one of the biggest names. I forgot. So it's pretty cool that right now we're playing music from 7 Saskatoon and area bands on our radio station.
Let's just take a moment to be proud of that accomplishment,
Yeah.
dude, because that, like, you know the struggle. We went through this for a long time trying to make something like that happen. And to finally break through and have everyone realize the importance of supporting these bands, dude, you are killing it.
There's some
Makes me
great
so
music
happy.
out there. They just need
Hell
a
yeah.
chance.
That's it. Just like High Wind.
Yeah.
One Bad Son, December 21st, finishing off their little tour.
Yes, I'm excited for that. I got so drunk at their show Christmas party last year. I'm gonna
The
try.
Christmas shows are legendary.
I'm gonna remember more of it this year. High Wind played at one of their Christmas shows.
Come on.
Yeah. I think it was 2
Okay.
years ago now that they opened for them. It was High
So
Wind
they've been
and
out
Green
there.
Wing.
They've been out there. This is good. Yeah, I remember. I think the last Christmas show I was at with OBS, I was stealing Katie's Jack Daniels bottle from beside his kit, and I was just helping myself while they were just rocking. It's in the background. Just, oh, I love that so much. Katie's like, man, save me some. So I'd be getting him up while he's going. The good old days. Very excited for that.
Fun times.
Hell yeah, dude. Ugly Kid Joel is his name. You see him at all the concerts around here. He is the reason you get to hear local bands on your radio. Thank you so much, brother. I greatly appreciate it. You have yourself a great weekend. And I can't wait to hear where this all goes next. Here it goes.
I'm off next week.
Yeah.
I pulled out my old computer that I haven't pulled out in like 10 years, and I am going to
gaming.
play Diablo
I
2
knew it.
next week. And
Oh,
I'm
LB
so
just-
excited.
You just got a big...
Secret. I killed the king. I killed the Cow King. I can't go back.
Dude, you ruined the
I know.
best part of the
That's
game.
the part of being a summoning necromancer is that they're just doing things, and you all of a sudden you're like, oh crap.
Life's a lot harder when you're necromancing. I've learned that.
Yeah.
Especially in Diablo.
Anyways, I will be knee deep in some
is good.
Diablo and at the gym and eating food. That's like my plan for the next 7
And
days.
possibly coming by here maybe. Maybe we
Oh,
can get you in the
yeah.
studio, which would be very good as
I
well.
will be in sweats.
Check out this move. I got
But
to take
I'll
this
come.
call. So thank you again to Ugly Kid Joel every weeknight, 8 p.m. You can check him out on Hometown Rock, and you'll see him in all the shows. Thank you again. I can't wait to have fun on that week off.
Spider-Man is calling you. How do you know the Avengers?
Hello? Hey, he is there. Okay. Good stuff. This is so crazy because I'm just coming off of another phone call. This was not a continuation of that phone call. This was a different phone call that came through. And yeah, thank you again to Ugly Kid Joel and to Kinger from Bloom Entertainment tonight. Unplugged open mic over at 3 Hall Public House, and then Lit Cigarettes will be gracing the stage tomorrow night. And it's a lot of fun. So, Kinger, we will talk to you after the show. I'll put it on the list of things to do. As we continue here on your show, we have one of our regulars. Look at that. Perfect timing on the banner. She is the co-host of the Past Our Bedtime podcast. She's also someone we love a lot around here. Ladies and gentlemen, Hardcora with a slide swipe.
Hello.
I love the swipes. You see that?
Yeah, he's real fancy with those things.
That was very well done.
Yeah.
So,
You
that's
said,
going
You
on.
said I'm a regular, but I feel like I've been dodging.
Well,
a lot of Fridays.
you've been moving and shaking, bro. Right? You've been getting settled into the new house.
Well, I had
That's
to
good.
work last weekend.
You had to work
Yeah.
and other things.
Other
So
things.
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, yeah.
The show Brooksy was in yesterday. Sounds like the new episode is going to be a good one.
Can you tell me what the new episode is?
House parties.
Oh, okay. Yep, that was a good one.
And she gave a little teaser about the one, and you had actually told that story before about how you were heading out to host a party, and you stopped for gas, and the guy that worked at the gas station was like, "Yeah, I'm going to a party tonight at this place." And
She
you're
told
like,
that story?
just that part.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Yeah, he asked for
A
my
little
ID,
teaser.
and then he literally just grabbed all the fireworks, like the Roman candles in the bottom of the, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
glass container thing, and then gave them to me.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Very well done. LB, I just got a message from Emily May, and she's going to be stopping by in a little bit. So we have that to look forward to as well as we look to launch the show here after this show. A lot of fun times.
Yep.
So the guy that called before during the pre-tape with our good friend, Ugly Kid Joel, he was letting me know our buddy Pakester is in the city, and Pakester is going to be coming by here through the weekend at some point. He's our movie guy. LB's going to love this. He's our guy who runs craft services out in Vancouver. He's got his own truck, and he's got stories about like Tom Cruise and all the guys going through.
That's
Very
cool.
cool stuff. Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking about, because he has a lot of good input on the movies. But the reason he's in town is we have a very good friend, co-host of the Water Sliding Bros, actually, here on the network, a yet-to-be-released seasonal show. My buddy Seahawk, a.k.a. the Sea Dog, he was mountain biking and had a really, really greasy crash. And since then, he's been in hospital over at RUH, and I went and saw him for the first time today. And so Pakester's in town to go see him, and he is with our buddy Sperman, and they're asking how to get to the ICU unit. So a lot going on here as we sort of make our way into the weekend. But I just wanted to say thank you to Callan's mom and dad, who I saw there, my man Garth. I got to hang out in the waiting room with him for a bit. And to everyone else who's been helping out over at RUH with our buddy Callum. Sounds like he's going to be getting moved out of ICU into an upstairs place so we can start smuggling in lots of foods and other things for him, which I look very forward to. And I just want to say hello to all of our friends who are going to be in town to go say hi to our buddy the Seahawk as he begins his recovery. And I already told him that I've got a spot right over here. So when he does get released, he's going to be the full-time co-host around here, which is going to be very cool too. So I'm going to make some transitions in life, but it's whenever you leave a hospital, when you go through it and you get the emotions and stuff, you get that new like sense of, oh yeah, that's right, this is what life's about and all that. So I've been sort of riding that today. So I just wanted to say hi and thank you to everyone involved with that situation.
I was not expecting any of those words to come out of your mouth.
No, we haven't been sharing much with it, but like it's a really big thing, and
Yeah.
I'm grateful for like this place, because when I come in here, I get work and then you don't think about it.
Right.
You don't think about all the stuff my sweet beautiful prince is going through, and continues to go through. But it was very nice to just it was just me and him in there, and he has 13 siblings. Like he has a huge family.
Wow.
And so he's had a lot of people hanging out in there with him, and like it's just the boredom, right? Like the sheer boredom of it all. So I got in there, I got him laughing, which was good. And I always love to see Sea Dog laugh. And he looked me dead in the eyes, and this is what we'll leave it on. He looked me dead in the eyes and said, "I'm so grateful that I still have my brain and my heart." Isn't that something?
Absolutely.
Like he's sitting there, like all of this is beat out, like everything is just like it's really bad, really, really, really life-changing bad stuff. And here he is talking about how grateful he is.
Yeah.
Oof.
What a great outlook on life.
Heavy stuff, and that's it. You take that. Like I was telling the boys, I haven't felt this way since we were checking in with our good buddy Doobie all the way back when he had a good long stay there before he left us. And you need to remember to appreciate all the incredible stuff you got, man, because it's so easy to just fall down that little hole and say, oh, rah, 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 rah. So,
Yep,
Sea
absolutely.
Dog, I love you. Can't wait to get you over here. Right there.
there.
I got a plan.
Right there.
He's going to be in a chair, so we're going to be lifting the garage, wheeling him right up.
Yeah.
Got a co-host. Sharp as a tack. Very excited to get more of the Water Sliding Bros going on the network. So, tonight, Iron Mike Tyson.
Yeah, big fight.
My guy. My dude.
Who? Mike?
Oh, come on.
Well, I don't know. I don't.
The
We've
worst,
never talked about this.
So the worst part about all of this is we're all of the age. Well, not we, because we got young guys here too.
Yep.
But all like the people that came up during the times of Mike Tyson's Punch Out, during the times of Mike Tyson screaming to the world that he's going to eat people's hearts, he's going to murder families, like the epitome of violence. Like this guy. And his story too. Have you read his book at all? Have you read Mike Tyson's book?
I have not. Should I? It sounds like I
It's
should.
probably one of the greatest books I've ever read, because it makes you understand why he is the way he is.
Okay.
Like the upbringing this dude had, like right from the start, like from the streets, he's fighting, then he gets taken in because he's very good at fighting, and then when he's taken in, all the people around him want to use him, and that just stays as a theme to anger him more, and he goes through all these motions. Like it's one of the best books I think that anyone could ever read, just because even if you don't like boxing or Mike Tyson, it's a story of how like a kind, gentle soul turned into somebody who could murder you. You know what I mean? And if you're like really into like psychology and all that stuff, like it goes all the way in it, and he explains like how he became him. It's a very good read. The point of this whole thing, though, is we grow up seeing this guy as Mike Tyson, the greatest. Like, I guess, like Ali, all right. Ali's the greatest, sure. But Mike Tyson, man, for guys like us who didn't get to see the Frasers and the Alis and all those guys, this is our guy. And tonight, if this fight with Jake Paul, not
Jake
the
Paul.
wrestler,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the wrestler.
Yep.
If this fight with Jake Paul goes more than like the first round, it's going to be a horrible fight. If Mike Tyson doesn't knock this guy out the second they start this fight, it's going to be one of those like gross, boring,
Are you sure though? I feel like, okay, first of all, I have a few questions for you.
Lay 'em on me.
Do you think it's fair? He's like 20 something and Mike Tyson's like 60, 58, 59, what is he? 58. Do you think it's fair?
I think it's fair in the fact that Jake Paul hasn't boxed anyone.
He's boxed a few people, hasn't he? Didn't he just recently box like 2 real boxers and almost lose?
Oh, he did box Tyson Fury. Man, Emily May's here. Emily May, you want to come up?
Hello.
Come on up here.
Come on up.
Come on up, girl.
Come on up.
Let's do it. Well, hey, you piped up with a really good response.
Yeah.
I did not know you were a fighting expert. We were literally trying to get
Yeah,
ourselves
come on
a fighting
in.
expert.
Well, I'm not an expert, but I agree with you. I think Mike Tyson needs to win this fight.
First 1 or 2 rounds.
Yeah,
you go.
but
Yeah.
the thing is, like you were saying, it's not fair because both brothers, they can tap out between each other. Mike Tyson doesn't have anyone he can
Whoa,
tap
whoa,
out
whoa.
of.
The other brother can come in?
Yeah.
No,
as soon as
is
he
that
gets
a real
tired.
fight?
This is what I mean is not. Like, they've set it up so he will. Oh, don't even get me started.
Hold
Anyway.
on once. Who
Hello.
told you? Yeah, welcome, by the way.
Hi, I'm Cora.
Yes,
Hi, nice
introduce
to meet
yourselves.
you.
There you go. So Emily May is the new host of a new show we're debuting later today.
Cool.
And we talked about it yesterday. Very exciting. There's no tagging in.
I
in
think
this.
there is.
Who told you that? That's the most outrageous thing I've ever
Emily
heard.
Mays. Is that your full name?
Yeah.
Or like, can I just now forever call you Emily Mays? Okay. Emily Mays. What is,
I'll
where'd you get this idea from?
See, I saw it all over social media, like everywhere. But
I'm
maybe I'll
telling
search
you,
it up now.
it's a joke.
Because the rules are really weird. That's all I know. The rules are kind of set against
What?
Mike Tyson.
Well,
This isn't a real fight?
They're treating it as an exhibition, I believe, right?
It's sanctioned.
So it's a sanctioned fight.
It's sanctioned. There's no tag outs.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't think there's ever been a boxing match where there's been
Okay,
takeouts.
well, I signed up to Bodog and I put $100
What?
into my account, and I am ready.
Did you lay it on the line? Who are you riding?
I got a whole bunch of bets in.
Oh, okay.
A whole bunch of different bets. I'll show you after.
Well, I would like to know this, yeah, because my whole point of the fight is that if it goes longer than Mike Tyson walking up
agree.
and going like this,
I agree.
it's going to be a hug fest. It's going to be sloppy boxing because this Jake Paul guy, he doesn't box. He says, "Oh, I know how to box." All he's been doing is steroids and
What do you
like
th- but he
pretending to
has-
work out.
But he has boxed. I think he's boxed like what, eight
We got
fights
the Fury.
or something? I'm not cheering for any particular person.
Tommy Fury, was that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Tyson
saw
Fury's
it.
younger brother.
Yeah, and I saw an interview with a guy saying, "All right, listen, like you box this guy, but Tommy Fury couldn't even beat any real boxers in the UK.
No, Tommy Fury's not really
So
any good
That's
either.
the whole point.
So he's fighting people that he can win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing. So now this is the big sale for this fight. Is basically this is the first boxer that this jabroni is going to fight.
This jabroni.
And everyone is saying, like all the experts, like there's that drummer Portnoy guy from Dream Theater. He came out and says he's like a president of some like bar stooling, some sort of thing, and everyone seems to know this guy. And
Dave
he's
Portnoy?
that's the one. Thank
Yeah,
you.
the president
He's
of
not a
Barstool
drummer
Sports.
for.
Drummer for Dream Theater.
He's the drummer
I
for
actually didn't
Dream.
know that
You're
either.
lying. I need
Look
to
it up.
look this up. This guy's a weirdo. That's
So
it.
anyway, that guy came out and said 100% the Paul guy is going to win this fight. Said 1,000%, and you can bet on it, and it's going to happen. And when a guy like that, who's involved as much as he is, says something like that, it's like, okay, well, why are we even watching this?
This is not that. Are those the drummers?
Yeah, Dream Theater. What's his name? There's a Portnoy. Where's
Portnoy,
Mike
he
Portnoy. Thank you. Yeah, Mike Portnoy.
Oh, Dave Portnoy
Dave
owns Barstool.
Portnoy, yeah.
They're different people.
I have a bar stool right over there. What's that prove? What are we trying to say
It's
here?
like a
It's a
platform,
podcast. It's like a
this.
network. Yeah.
Yeah.
A network.
It's a network. They do a bunch of different podcasts.
So he does it like on tour while he's with his band?
Two different guys.
I don't believe
Two
you.
different guys. But either way, can I say a
Yeah,
theory?
say something, Emily
So
Mays.
I think the reason that we are, because it's Paul. Paul?
Yes.
Logan
Jake
Paul?
Paul.
Jake Paul.
Jake
Jake
Paul.
Paul.
I think I am not a defender of him or his brother, but I think that they got sick of the YouTube side, said, you know what, I want to fight, and they legitimately want to fight, but they know the only way to get in there to like make a name for themselves right off the bat is to make it like a joke, to go up to someone versus Mike Tyson. And then even if he loses, people will still look at him and go, he fought good though, like he fought Mike Tyson. And then if he slowly creeps into the UFC fighting realm, he'll already be well known in it. And I think he wants to seriously move over, and this is just a ploy to make it so he's famous when he moves over and people follow him over there.
I had no idea. This is what a true expert looks like, LB. I had no idea we had a real expert here. She's talking.
It's a
She
theory. Have you
knows,
ever?
yeah.
I've watched his documentary, whatever, about his life, the Jake Paul one.
I
It's
haven't.
on Netflix. And again, I'm on your side. I am not sticking up for him, but he literally is like he wants to be a boxer.
Yes.
Yes, he did YouTube. We all start somewhere, don't we? We all have jobs where we have to start at the airport or we have to start at, a coffee shop. I think YouTube was his first job, and now he just wants to be a boxer. But he actually
Okay.
trains. He actually does these things.
He does all these things. Let me
But look at
explain
all the
to you how
fights.
this works. Yeah.
He's
So
had a lot of fights,
Yeah.
hasn't he?
Yeah.
Nate Diaz, wasn't he a UFC fighter?
Yeah,
Anderson
not a
Silva.
boxer.
Didn't Anderson Silva lose his
that's
leg?
that's like a female going out playing hockey and then going and playing ringette. Okay? So the boxing would be like the hockey, and the ringette would be basically the MMA stuff. Like it's like CFL, NFL. They're similar, but they're so unbelievably different.
Yeah, I don't think he's going into MMA. I think he wants to be a boxer.
I think Emily May is 100% correct on
May or
all
Mace?
of this.
May.
Oh my god, you guys should have corrected me.
I thought it was funny because
thought it
it
was
made
a
me think
joke.
of like Mace, like money sign Mace.
No.
Emily Mace.
No, I thought it was like Coach Mazer, and then maybe that was his daughter or something. I don't know.
No.
Emily May.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
This is
Cool.
it.
Sorry, I apologize.
And that's for all you out there too.
Yeah, I apologize.
People actually call her Emily. I think I'm the only one that calls her Emily May. So now there's two of us, which is good.
Okay,
I feel special.
This guy spent his whole life pissing people off.
correct.
Yeah.
Spent his whole life being a piece of human garbage.
Yeah.
Then he says, I spent my whole life getting people ready to cheer on my face getting beat. This has been the end game since the very start. I'm going to be a bad guy, and we're going to turn it into money. How do we do that? Get one of the greatest still alive fighters on planet Earth, and let's get him when he's like old and not even close to what he used to be. Then maybe we'll have a chance to maybe put
Yeah.
one or two on him.
Spot on.
That's all it is.
Well, and they're both probably making a fortune off of it.
40 million for Jake Paul, 20 million for Mike Tyson.
Why less for him?
Because Mike Tyson doesn't have all of the people watching like Jake Paul does.
The only reason people are watching is because he's fighting Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
One would think, right? But people that are going to watch, like there's us who want to watch to see Jake Paul get absolutely destroyed. And then there's all of his like minions who love people that are assholes on the internet. And they want to cheer this guy on to beat one of the legend of the sport.
Yeah.
It's so sad, man. It's like Highlander rules, you know? Like you got like the old guy was at the top of the mountain and did nothing but basically win over an entire planet's worth of people by slowly transitioning from being the crazy dude that ate a human being's ear to someone who you actually enjoy being around and someone who people want to check in on and see. Like he's done all of this great stuff to get him on track for this big fight. But every ounce of my soul is saying it's going to go exactly what people are expecting. There's not going to be a single bit of a shot, like not even a tiny smidgen of a chance that Mike Tyson wins this.
Are you sure? I'm putting bets on that he wins in the first 2 rounds.
If I were to make a bet, that's the one to make.
Yeah.
Like I said, if this doesn't end quick, it's going to be a
He's got to get
gross.
one good shot.
They're going to get tired and they're going to be holding each other in a couple of these, and it's going to be like, oh my God, make it stop.
How much is Netflix paying for it though? Because it's free, and usually you have to pay for these fights. So
Dude,
like,
it's
how
true.
come
They're going to have a huge, making it
That's
free.
true.
like?
Making it free, you guys, that allows so many more people to see it. That's what it is. And then guess what? When you're watching it, what are you seeing? Advertising
Yeah,
for
I guess so.
everything.
And then that's where they're making their money.
That's
yeah.
absolutely it. Is that a big brookie?
Yeah,
We
it
got
sure
an
is.
all-star squad today, bro. This is awesome. So we're talking the big fight tonight. Everyone's talking about it. My old boss would be so proud of me for being topical. It's like, man, you got to be topical, dude. Like, you got. It's like, well, why? It's like, well, because that's what people do. You have to like talk about what's going on. It's like, well, why? Because that's what everyone does. So why do I have to do it? Because that's what people do. And then we just like this, and then nothing gets solved, and
But
I
if
walk
everyone's doing it, why do you have to do it?
out. Boy, stop talking so much sense to me, young lady. We got Emily May from a show that's about to debut here on the network, hanging out with us as well.
Thank you.
We have Hardcore in the house from the Past Our
Yep.
Bedtime podcast. We have another. Are you going to come up here? Are we going to get you up here? This is good.
Do a little trade.
When you want me up there.
Right away. We'll do a couple more minutes here, and then we'll make the switch. Okay. So I'm saying it's going to be a horrible fight where no one's going to be happy, and it's just going to be the worst. You're saying Mike Tyson's got this.
I am putting bets on both sides. So either way, I feel like I'm gonna win. Some of my bets are only like $2, and I could win $46. So
Dude,
like
I-
I'm in it to win it. Something.
Those are some
I think I'm
wild
about to learn from you right after this
would be
podcast on
good
how to
too.
do that
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I don't know. I want Mike Tyson to win, but I am so worried that they've caught him when he's not in his prime anymore, and that they're just gonna. I don't know. My heart
what?
for Mike Tyson, but
Yeah.
reality scares me.
He's been quiet this whole time. It's been Jake Paul doing all the promotion stuff, and Mike Tyson's been really quiet about the whole thing. But he's also been training really hard.
Well, didn't he slap
Oh,
Jake
yeah.
Paul in
The final stare
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
A full-on, like, straight up biatch
I wonder what
slap.
happened or made him want to do that.
Well,
Dude.
he's the killer, isn't he? What's his
I can
ear
tell you-
biter.
I can tell you exactly what Iron Mike Tyson was thinking in that moment. He was looking at this piece of human garbage, and he said, you know what, I can't wait till tomorrow. Like, I got to just let you know what's up right now. He gave him one.
Good. Yeah,
It's
you're
like
right.
your grandpa. It's like your grandpa. Like you're sitting over here making a YouTube video, doing a dance or a TikTok or something. Like, I'm going on the internet. Look at me go. And then your grandpa comes by and just whacks you. It's like, stop it. Stop being a piece of
He's not
shit
wrong.
right now. That's what he's doing. And then what does the piece of shit do? Oh, let's go. Oh, I'm so big and juiced up on steroids. Urgh.
What else
And
are you supposed to
even
do?
then, Mike Tyson's looking. I'm like, really? This is your response to that?
Yeah. What's the height difference?
6'1", 5'10". So it's
Oh, okay.
about
Yeah,
2 or
and
3 inches.
Tyson's shorter,
2 or 3
right?
inches.
Yeah, Mike
Paul's
Tyson.
got
Yeah.
reach on him. I can't remember.
Pretty
Yeah.
soon he's not going to have much
Okay.
reach because he's balding and his hair's going to
Emily
go down.
May, we're going to tag you out. We'll get you back in here to finish off the show as
Sounds
we roll
good.
in.
Yes.
So don't go anywhere. You hit up the green room. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest human being that I've ever had the pleasure of knowing, one of my favorite dudes in the universe, and he's doing my move right now. It's like, who's he talking about? We got ourselves Big Rookie! Oh, no! Camera 4, down. It's okay. Maggie cam, we're good. Don't let it tangle you up. If only we had engineers. Come on up here, you handsome prince. Don't worry, we don't need the Maggie cam. It's fine. Well, okay, there it goes.
Hello.
Irony.
Well, to be fair, we have talked about leaving that one plug being an issue. Now we know. I'm just grateful it
Gotta
was you.
lift my feet.
I'm grateful it was you and not one of our guys and had a full-on biff. How are you, old friend?
How are you?
God, you look
Good.
great. You know?
Oh, I don't know.
You do, I'm telling
Out
you.
of shape. Feeling tired.
You're in my shape. You're just the right shape for me. So we talk reach, we talk height. What's your thoughts on the big fight?
Yes, I need to know from my bets.
Yeah, this is a guy, a veteran of the fight game.
No, I'm a casual enthusiast.
Dude, I've seen
I
you
follow
operate.
things,
Okay.
but I'm not,
We can go with that, whatever
There's people
works.
who can quote all the stats. I've got a few stats in my head.
Okay, give it to us.
Tyson's 58.
Yeah,
Oof.
I want Tyson to win.
same.
I'm same with you guys. Nostalgia, and also I don't care for Jake Paul.
I don't know how people like the guy.
He's a YouTube guy, and that's a thing.
Dude, apparently
fine.
we're YouTube guys now.
Apparently.
Yeah.
You can do it and still be somewhat
you know,
delightful.
and then he became a boxer.
But
MMA
he
fighter.
worked for it. It's not like he was just like, I'm going to box one day.
No,
I'm
you know
not
what?
sticking up for him. He's training.
He didn't train. He went like this, like, oh yeah,
Well,
macho
I think he did do
man.
some training, but
Thank you.
the difference for me is he's a personality turned fighter. Mike was a fighter from the start.
Great point.
That's what he's done his entire life.
Yeah, and not just in the ring, ladies and
And
gentlemen.
So that's why I
Not
kind of
just
lean
in the ring.
towards Mike. I think Jake Paul is reasonably skilled. Like, I mean, it's like he's a decent boxer, I guess, in my casual opinion.
Yeah.
And you're enthusiastic.
And they keep
interest
touting
into
his they keep touting his 10-1 record, but if you look at the 10 that he's beaten, now the one that he lost to, Tommy Fury, is really when he fought Tommy Fury was 8-0. Tommy was probably the strongest boxer that he's fought.
And
most
he's like a
experience
real
fought.
boxer, right?
Yes, that's
Like,
what he.
absolutely.
That's what they
That's what
say.
he does.
His brother
that's
is one of the
what he
greatest heavyweights of all time.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. And if you look at the rest of his record, there was 4 or 5 of the fights he had. Those were those guys' debut fights. So he's not fought a lot of high-profile Nate Diaz,
Oh,
but
and
Nate,
Anderson Silva.
but Nate Diaz and Anderson Silva were primarily MMA guys,
Correct.
and that
And they're
is
also
different.
very old, aren't they?
Well, they're
up there.
Like
let's hold on to that very old thing. Well, they're younger than me. But
Yeah.
but they're MMA guys, and they were fantastic MMA fighters. Like Nate Diaz, what's his record? I can't remember offhand.
It's impressive.
Like, is he 22? I can't remember. No, can't remember. But he, very solid, very well-known.
It's an impressive
MMA fighters,
record,
but
yeah.
that's not boxing.
Thank you.
Like an MMA
27.
fighter has to
27
balance between
27 wins.
Okay, 27 wins. There you go. And you look at
27 years old? Oh, he's
He's young.
Nate.
he's-
Yeah.
no, not Nate
27
Diaz,
years
bro.
Old?
No, he's talking about Jake Paul.
Oh.
No, we're talking about Nate Diaz now. It's all good.
Welcome to
Continue.
the conversation, LB.
There you go, 39. A
Yeah,
beautiful
so-
young age.
I mean, he's fought a couple of notable people, but the 10 wins he had were not earth-shaking wins, in my
Thank you.
opinion. Like, if you look at the people he's fought.
Yeah.
So I mean, he seems pretty good, but this has all been engineered, in my opinion.
So maybe
To-
he'll
to
get his
promote
ass
him.
kicked.
Yeah, and that's what I'm kind of
Maybe he'll get
hoping.
his ass
I forgot that he lost to Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
I forgot that he's already lost.
Yeah.
See, and Mike's not invincible. Like, he lost to Holyfield
we just finished
twice.
saying Tommy Fury isn't even close to a good fighter in the UK where he's from. Like, he's not on that level. He'll never be a champion in any way, is
He's
what they say
notable,
about him.
though. He's probably the most
Because of his
notable on the
brother.
list. Yeah, but
That's like me
Everyone's
saying
gotta start
people know
somewhere.
me because my brother
Yeah.
has an awesome plumbing company.
yeah.
Doesn't mean much. Doesn't mean I'm good at plumbing, I'll tell you that. I haven't fixed a toilet. I haven't even fixed a sink.
Like I
Tried.
said, though, Mike isn't invincible.
Yep.
He lost to Holyfield twice. He lost to Lennox Lewis. He lost to Buster Douglas.
Oh, that was a big one.
But he had 50 wins, I think. Something like that.
Right around there.
So, I mean, and Mike's been a fighter his whole life. And I mean, if you watch, I don't know, I watch Mike train. I watch how
wild.
he gets in there.
So he's been.
And-
you agree? He's been training a lot.
Yes.
Yes, I know,
at
and I
least
know this.
From what he's shown
From
us.
what we've seen,
Yeah.
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 And it's fun. I don't know if you felt the same way as I did when I watched him doing his, like, just his training alone and just being inside. And the amount of movement a human can do when you're right here, there's not much there. And he has like 80 different things. He does this, this, like everything he's doing and all those things. There's shades of that. There's a little bit of that spark, that fire
Yeah.
that we used to just, the adrenaline you get from watching a Tyson fight, man. Like my buddy Von Trask, who did the intro here for your show from 9/11 Turbo, to get pumped up before their German techno concerts, he would play cuts of Mike Tyson talking about eating your heart out and talking about murdering your children and all the things that he said, and the crowd gets amped the hell up for that, man, because that's the guy.
Well, you watch Tyson, like, see, and I mean, when we see training videos, people are showing us the best of what they've got. That's
Yep.
the purpose. But like Lil B and I were talking about it, and even he said, and he's not, he doesn't watch a lot of boxing, a little bit because I do, but like he said, when you watch Mike, when he's slipping, usually that's a defensive maneuver, kind of, you think of that as, but when he slips, it's like he's moving in, like it's an aggressive move for him.
Gaining
It looks
ground,
like
yeah.
he's moving in, and those body shots and stuff, and it's cool to watch. I hope he can outlast Jake Paul. I think that's the thing. I think he's still got power. I believe he does. I mean, that's usually, they say, the
He's
last
Mike
thing
Tyson,
to go.
man. He's
But-
Mike Tyson.
What do you think's gonna happen? So I can put on my bet. What round? Who's going down?
We really got to get a betting sponsor for the network here.
Yeah.
For these
Second
little
round,
tickles.
Mike's going to knock him down. I'm
Hey!
just throwing it out there.
Great. That's what I already have.
It's-
giving him two.
I'm rolling the dice. I mean,
Giving him
anything
two.
could
Yeah.
happen. I mean, we don't know. Maybe Jake gets a solid hit on him and puts Mike down. I mean, again,
Anything can happen.
It's fighting. Anything. It's very,
Well, this is the old saying. That's why they play the game. It's
Yeah.
not played on paper.
Yeah.
All of this doesn't mean shit the second that bell rings. And one thing I just thought of, this is going to be a classic example of true traditional boxing in its most furious form against steroids and training and wannabe boxing. That's what you're going to get, at least for the first round or two. And that's why I'm saying if it goes longer than those, it's going to be a horrible outcome for everybody, because not only it's going to be a shitty fight, but that Paul guy's probably going to win. And just there's so much that's going to happen within those first couple, not even minutes, like seconds of this fight, that I'm so excited for. But after that, it's going to be garbage. So I
Where
hope
is
it
the
ends quick.
fight?
Anyone got a location for this bad boy? Hey, Dragon's in the house too,
can't
by the
remember.
way.
And he got a haircut. Looking real good.
I sent the call out to everybody after Brooksy dropped, and then 3 people showed up. So sorry to everybody who came in here. Thank you for helping. It's greatly appreciated. Dallas. I did not know it was there.
Ooh.
That's the house that Jerry Jones built right there. $1.6 billion stadium.
I think you're right though. Like Mike will have trouble if it goes a long time, and
Because he's 58.
he's in incredible shape for a 58-year-old. But
That's right.
I'm 52, and I'm not in good shape these days. But and I know like there's a difference. Like a 27-year-old who's been training,
Yeah.
they can go a long time.
That 27-year-old.
You're
27,
invincible.
you're still kind of older, aren't you?
I wouldn't say you were young
Like
anymore.
LB's young. He's not even in his 20s, is he?
He's 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about that for a second. When I look at this, I truly believe this will be a display of boxing in its purest form, because that's all Mike's got. All Mike has is the power and the training. And I'm not talking like putting in the work training, the experienced training of being in the ring and
And the
knowing
knowledge.
what to do and when to do it. Like this dude has more boxing IQ in his pinky than this Jake guy has in his entire family. Not just his body, his whole family. I don't care how many times this guy thinks that he's a boxer, how many times this guy says, oh, I boxed boxers. I don't care about any of that shit. The second the bell rings and you look across the screen, or across the ring, you don't see a Tommy, you don't see a Nate, you don't see an Anderson. You see the greatest killer in the history of boxing. Make no mistake. Many, many people would say back in the day that Mike Tyson would win his fights before he even stepped foot in the ring. When that music hit and he walked out all black, had that look in his eye, had that look on his face, guys knew they were done before he even stepped into the ring. I don't care if he's 58. Jake Paul's going to have to deal with that.
Well, I'm going to watch the fight without. You could be cynical. I mean, this is really, it's about the money, and I mean they're both getting huge paydays no matter what. And I know, a lot of people are going to say, yeah, it's all about the money, and it's all been arranged for that. And okay, yes, there's a lot of that involved, but I'm going to watch it as a boxing match.
Hell yeah.
And I'm just going to try and enjoy whatever happens here. It's. I know it might be gimmicky. Some people might consider it that, and a grandstand. But isn't that what any fight is? Any professional fight? It doesn't matter who. That's kind of part of the point.
Well
Yeah.
said.
Look where it started too. Like when this whole idea first came about, they were best buddies, like bosom buddies. They were cracking jokes and laughing together, and then that slowly deteriorated. as Jake Paul, I think, realized nobody's buddies with Mike Tyson when you're in the ring. Like Mike Tyson gave him a fake kiss on the mouth. Boom. Like they're out here sharing smooches. Jake
Lots of
Paul,
smooches.
after lots of smooches, after
Lots of
Jake Paul
smooches.
got slapped in the face, he started saying some really unsavory things about Mr. Tyson. He really, and I truly believe he lit the fuse. The more we talk about this, the more I'm feeling like this is going to be Mike Tyson saying, don't forget about me.
Good for you. I
Don't
feel like
forget
you
about
need
me.
this
I've
in
come
your life.
full circle. Because you've seen how he reacts when people talk untowards thee about him, let alone in front of him. Like, this is a guy who's ready to eat. I'm hoping that's what happens. What do you think?
What do you think? Yeah.
Of course you do. All right, we got a couple more minutes here. Okay. We're going to
Want me to
send
transition
you
out?
off. We're going to transition. We're going to get Dragon and Emily May up here, I believe. But we can share a mic over there. You two can share. Big Brookie, thank you so much for that insight. And I just love everything about you. Thank you for making it in, my beautiful, sweet sensei. Where are you going, Hardcore?
Oh, I thought
I'm saying these two kids come up here to finish the show.
Okay.
And I'm going to put in my earpiece. Shout out again to our friends over at Sound Hearing Impressions. Cassandra hooking us up with these incredible
Dragon,
earpieces.
Where are you going? Looking so good.
Isn't he handsome? Did you get a hair? He keeps saying you needed a haircut.
got
Looks
a
like you got the
haircut.
haircut.
Yeah.
Where is he going?
Looking
you got
fresh.
a date tonight?
No.
Looking
He's watching
real
the
good.
fight.
Unless you're free. No, sorry. That's crazy.
She's married, bro.
I know, I
Keep
know. I
it,
was just
hey,
making
keep
a
it
joke.
together over
No.
there.
I was just making a joke.
Outrageous.
TV too.
Yeah.
Well, I was just making a
It's
joke.
okay.
I was just making a
It's
joke.
Okay, your thoughts on the fight. We've got everyone else's thoughts, your thoughts. Co-host of The Viewing Room, by the way. New episode every Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to watch it because I don't like Jake Paul at all. But I do want to watch it because I don't like Jake Paul enough that I want to see him get punched. and so I fell into the money trap, really. But I don't know. I want Mike Tyson to win. That's about it. Like, either way, Jake Paul, he either beats an old guy or he loses to an old guy. So you can you can spin it 100 ways. It's not black and white, right? Like, it's like if he loses, you can be like, oh yeah, I lost to Mike Tyson. If he wins, he's like, okay, yeah, cool, I beat Mike Tyson. But everyone's gonna be like, you beat an old man up.
Yeah.
But if he loses, he's gonna be like, see, yeah, Iron Mike destroyed him, right? So you know,
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, no matter what happens, it's just gonna be produced and whatever. So like,
I
I
agree.
don't know.
Do you think that there's anybody out there that's not gambling on this fight, cheering for the Paul guy?
You?
I don't know. I'm not gambling on it, but
There.
Yeah, well, he's not cheering for him.
I'm not cheering for him. But
He's cheering for Mike
Here's the
Tyson.
thing,
Everyone's
here's the
cheering for Tyson. That's my point.
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, at the end of the day, like if we're really gonna think about it, like Big Brookman said, it's all like it's all produced.
Oh, yeah.
Every fight is like this.
Yeah.
From now until the end of time, right? No matter what happens, it's always gonna be, you know, at least part way like a stage play. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
100%.
it's a real fight, but the shenanigans leading up to it. Right, everything that happens, you know, and they're trying to get under each other's skin, but really it's to get more views, to get more money. You know, the whole act of slapping Jake Paul because he stepped on his toe or whatever. Okay, cool. Like, it just got more people excited for the fight at the end of the day. Do you really think that Jake Paul was like, oh, I'm super offended that he slapped me?
No.
Or that Mike Tyson was like really trying to like beat the crap out of him? No, they can sell copies. You know what I mean? If they or they can get live viewers because everyone's like, oh, this is going to be super heated because Mike Tyson just got way to line, slapped the crap out of him. But like, really, at
But that's
the end
like
of
the
the
only
day,
thing he's done.
you know what I
for
mean?
Promotion.
I wouldn't say they were buddy, and I wouldn't say they're enemies. They both want a paycheck.
Yeah.
And that's a harsh reality for some people, but like, I mean, come on. That's at the end of the day, you know, Jake Paul's going to make 40 million, he said, and Mike Tyson's about 20 million or something.
I honestly, truly believe half of what you're saying. I think Jake Paul has been that way since his inception, since
Since he did the YouTube video in those forests.
Since
that
these
got
guys-
really bad.
I've never thought
that
he
was
he
his
was a
brother.
good guy.
That was the
Logan.
other
I thought
one.
they both did it.
Oh, he
I
probably
thought they
did
were
too.
both in the woods together.
Yeah. Either way,
I've never seen it.
I mean, like, really, I kind of think Jake Paul's a douchebag, but like, and that's not a hot take.
dude, this is what he does.
But again, at a certain point, he's also a businessman, right? So whether he plays it up or not, or he really is like that, he's still getting paid.
He is, and
right?
that's what he's really good at, is bringing in the views because he does stupid shit like this.
If they hugged and kissed after the match and everything was fine, people aren't going to be as excited. Although maybe that's a better outcome. They're all lovey-dovey, but
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
well, exactly. But
This whole thing.
it sells clicks.
The
'Cause,
reason you're
you know what I
half
mean?
right is because, yes, Jake Paul is every one of those things that you said. Every single one. He is a machine built to make money. Doesn't care how he does it, has no soul, real human piece of shit, but that's what he does. Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson's from the hood, dude. Mike Tyson's from Catskill. If you read Mike Tyson's book, man, he made all the money. Doesn't give a shit about money. All he wants to do is, and it's so simple because it's what all of us want to do. He just wants to be accepted. He wants people to love him. And he knows that when he's in that ring doing his thing, people love him.
Yeah.
And that's what he wants. That's his money. It's like this place, whenever I say, like, seeing my friends succeed here, that's money to me. I don't give a crap about money. But seeing my friends succeed, that is like cash to me. Like, that's what I'm all about. I feel like that's the same way for Mike Tyson and the sport of boxing as a whole. Because he's not just boxing for himself. He's boxing for boxers, man.
I mean,
he's the guy who's stepping up and saying, all right, enough with this bullshit. I'm going to teach this kid what boxing really is. Like, he's putting everyone on his back.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at it that way too, and in a way, yeah, sure he is, right? There's a young guy who maybe some want to call wannabe boxer, whatever. But at the end of the day, too, you know, for $20 million, you put on a good show. You know what I mean?
get
You
hit
can
a
say
couple
it's not
times.
about the money, but like
Well,
he wants to be remembered. He wants to show up for other guys and some of the older folks.
It's not his first 20 mil payday.
But sure, but again, you know what I mean? You got all those people watching at home. You got all the people in the AT&T Stadium. You put on a show.
People
At
like
the end
me
of the day,
betting on
that's what
it.
it's about.
Do we know it must be sold out there? Because they had, I think, 100.
yeah.
Well, you guys say that, but then let me tell you numbers. Like AT&T Stadium, I believe WrestleMania set a new world record with 112,000 people in there. 112,000 people. That's why I'm asking if they actually filled out. I'm sure they did.
Well, if it's on Netflix,
I'm-
that means things.
They have enough advertisers. I'm almost certain, and if there is tickets left, they're going for $600, $700.
Yeah, it's probably been sold out for months.
I think
And
so.
for people that
Yeah.
are big Mike Tyson fans, just in general, his last fight probably.
And not just that.
ever.
I mean, we
Boxing
found a way.
fans.
Last time to see it.
Boxing fans, yeah.
We found a way to spend better part of 20 minutes talking about it.
Better part of 20 minutes.
It's the whole show.
40
The whole
minutes.
show?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And most of us, or myself even, who's probably going to watch the fight, would never watch any other fight. You know what I mean? Like they've gotten enough publicity off of this thing and enough excitement around it that, you know, whatever happens.
I
at this
just
point.
figured this out, and this is exactly what it is and what it's going to be. It's going to be all the young kids who grew up thinking that this Paul guy was cool, and it's going to be all the old people that grew up knowing that Mike Tyson is actually cool. Like, cool as all hell. Like, just right from the start, when this dude starts walking out from the back, when his music hits, it's going to be one of those, it's going to be a goosebump moment because it's going to take you back. It's a DeLorean moment. Takes you back to those exact times when you remember this exact walk and you remember what happened the second the bell rang. Like, I've hyped myself up. This is crazy. I had no interest in any of this, and now I'm sitting here like, I gotta watch this. I might have to get a Netflix machine now, or whatever you kids watch it on.
You don't even
You
have
know?
Netflix?
I don't know how to set it up. I had a Disney Plus for a second, but then they said I needed
For
a
a
Google
second.
Google Player, and I was like, I don't have
Yeah.
that. So,
I'll give you my account so you can sign in.
well, I'm gonna be working in here. Like, I got a whole bunch of stuff I'm doing tonight. So,
And you know,
I'm
I'm.
at 10 p.m. our time, like the.
Oh,
10
jeez.
p.m. I'll be
It's late. I
sleeping.
know the recording starts.
I gotta
early,
be
but
in
the
bed
actual
by
fight
10.
is like
I'll
7.
wake
oh
up
yeah,
to
they'll
all
have
my
a bunch
money.
of undercards and all
Yeah,
that.
it's
Hey.
like 2 or 3 hours of just nothing.
Yeah.
for the fight.
Okay, well that's fun.
I don't think it's going to be that deep, too. Like, like maybe it'll be a legendary fight that goes down in history, but like, I mean, I feel like
You ready to party?
I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, it's gonna.
It's just like you say, a money grab, one of those things that's kind of fun for the world to enjoy, but not as serious.
Who did Conor McGregor fight? That was a really big
I don't
fight.
got it. I knew it. I was like, oh, I thought he
He
fixed
fought
it.
somebody
Jim
kinda-
Carrey.
So kind of like this.
Let's go ahead and hit it.
Yeah, he did.
No, he
You remember the Conor McGregor fight?
Yeah.
Who did he fight?
Conor McGregor.
That big fight that everybody was talking about.
he
It was
beat
probably like
someone.
6 or 7 years ago.
Dude,
6
it
years
was
ago. A real boxer.
Undefeated. Money Man. Money Floyd?
Oh, Floyd
Money Mayweather. Thank
Mayweather.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd
it's
that go
kinda
for
like
him?
that.
You guys remember that? You guys remember how it went when the boxer took on the MMA guy?
Yeah.
Do your
He
research.
lost.
The MMA
Sort
guy
of.
won.
It's sort of ruined
How
Conor
old were you
McGregor's
6
career,
years ago?
actually. But that's
How
neither here
old
nor
was
there.
I? Yeah, I remember, yeah.
Thank you to everybody who showed. I think, man, this makes me happy. You know, I was sitting here scrambling. I put out a couple calls, and then I had 4 different people show up. 4.
I wasn't good enough, just me?
You stayed here the whole time.
Okay.
That's all you need to know.
Thank you for complimenting my haircut. by the way.
Yeah,
I
you
really
look
appreciate
handsome.
Hold on. Put on the toque. Give him the toque. He looks great in toques.
that. Yeah. Oh,
This is the best. To LB, thank you for being amazing. Always and forever. Here we go. Check this out. Look at my man. Yeah, dog. Now that's a dragon I'd fly around on right there. It's my sweet toothless. Beautiful.
I can't wear a hat, dude.
You look great.
That's why I said that if I ever went bald for this place, I would do it for charity because
Beautiful thing. Big Brookman, thank you. To everyone who came in throughout the week, thank you. Don't forget Unplugged tonight over at 3 Hall Public House, 6 to 9 p.m. And then Lit Cigarettes hitting the stage Saturday night. It's going to be a lot of fun there, and we got to check in with those guys. And to everyone else who came through throughout the week, thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy the fight tonight. We'll be back on Monday at 4 p.m., and I'm sure we'll talk all about it again. I don't know. I feel like everyone's a little bit uneasy. No one really knows what to think right now, so we'll let the boxing take place. Remember, Mike Tyson's going to win the fight. That's all we need to know. That you guys are all questioning. Remember, karma's very, 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 very real. All right, do good things. They'll start happening to you, and be grateful for what you got, man. To my friend C-Dog over in the hospital, I love you, buddy. We'll come by and check in the next couple of days. Make sure you're doing well. And to everybody else, have a great weekend. Enjoy all of it. Because, I don't know, there's not too many things that bring people together like this.
Yeah,
You know what I
look at all
mean?
the
Look at
people.
this. Like, I just put a little call out, and we got a whole family in here now.
Yeah.
Very cool. Maybe I should figure out how to Netflix.
Let's
Yes.
do it.
That'd be
Before
pretty
I
cool.
leave. I'll
All
show
right,
you.
that's it. Have a great weekend.
Bye.